Lesson 62, Solving Quadratic Equations with Complex Fractions. This is a very simple lesson, and we're going to be using different things that we have already learned. First, what we want to see is that these we have to solve by completing the square. So we'll write the things in order, the terms in order. And remember, we want the x's on one side and the non-x on the other side. So we'll pass the 5 that is adding, we'll pass it to subtract. Then we want to get rid of that 3 because we want the a to be 1. So we'll divide everything by 3. After that, we're going to do our little corner here where we multiply the b, which in this case is 1/3. We find it here. We multiply that times 1/2 and then that square. If I do that, that is 1/6 squared, which is 1/36. And that number we're going to add here on the left and also on the right side. Once we do that, we are ready to factorize. For the first one, we're going to choose the sign of b, so it's minus. The 3 is canceled, so it's 1, and the square root of x squared is x. Then the square root of 1/36 is 1/6. In the other side, if I do common denominator so that I can add those two fractions, then we're going to have -60 because we have to multiply these times 12 and times 12. So -60 plus 1, which is -59/36. Now notice, this is new. We have a negative here, and we have not had that before. So now we have to solve for x. So we're going to get the square root of -59/36. And then the -1/6 goes to add. So we'll put it like that. Now if you put that in the calculator, the square root of -59/36, the calculator is going to say error because we cannot have the square root of a negative number. So what you have to learn in this lesson is the following. If I have the square root of -59, we can factorize that as the square root of 59 times the square root of -1, because -59 is 59 times -1. Now, the square root of 59, we cannot simplify in this case, but this thing, the square root of -1, is called an imaginary number, it's an I. And so we're going to put an I right there. So again, this right here is not a real number. Remember, we had learned that in 7th and 8th grade, that we cannot have negatives inside of the square root. But just for these exercises, we will work with imaginary numbers. So I'll rewrite our answer so it looks nice. First of all, I'm just going to put the square root of 59 with the I outside. Then the square root of 36, which is 6, we'll put it there, and that is our answer. Again, this is an imaginary number, which means that is not a real number. So let's do another one. You can try to do it by yourself, pause the video, and then look at my explanation. So we'll do the same. So we'll put 5 squared minus 2x in order. Then we'll put the space, and then we have the -3 plus something else here. Then we'll do the division by 5 so that we don't have a number different than 1 in the a. These two cancel. Then we use b, which in this case is 2/5, and we're going to multiply it times 1/2. It's always times 1/2, and then square. And if I do that, that is 1/25. The 1/25 goes on this spot here that we add in both sides. Once we have it like that, we are ready to factorize and simplify. The left side is a perfect square, so we'll put the parentheses square. The square root of the first one is x, and the square root of 125 is 1/5. Now, if I do common denominator, I have to multiply times 5, both the top and the bottom, and we would have -15 plus 1, which is -14/25. And then we do again the solving. We want to leave x alone. So we'll pass the square root of that fraction, negative 14 over 25, plus 1 over 5. Because this is subtracting, goes to the other side to add. Now remember that just to make the answer look nice, we're going to write first the 1/5 plus or minus. Then I don't want the square root of negative 14 there, so I'll just put square root of 14 and then the I. Don't forget the I. And then the square root of 25, which is 5. And that's our answer. I hope you got it correctly. Notice that everything is exactly the same. The only difference is that when we get the negative there, we just change it for the I. And that's it. Very, very simple lesson. If you have any questions, write them in the comments. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.